Hello, Flosstube friends. Welcome to Flosstube number 2. My name is Candace. It is April 29th, and I thought I'd hop on today and talk about 24 hours of cross stitch that happened this last weekend and my Mania plans. And I know Mania starts in 2 days, so I realized something funny when I sat down. I'm in my son's room today because it is raining and gloomy and gross outside. So everybody's inside, and I didn't want to deal with the distraction. So I came in his room. I'm wearing a red tank top, and his wall's green. I grabbed Christmas leggings today. So apparently I'm in the holiday spirit, and it's not even Jolly July yet. So anyway, no outside time for them today, which means more stress for mom and dad. And I plan on stitching the rest of the day, so I have my glasses on. Stitching in my contacts is not very easy. I have to wear cheaters, which is a new development over the last couple of months. And today I just didn't feel like putting the contacts in. So this past weekend was 24 hours of cross stitch. I am sure most of you that are watching this have heard of it, but if not, it was developed by Jen Lee. On Instagram, she's Quirks and Stitches. Her and her mom, Cindy, do 24 hours of cross stitch a couple weekends a year. And this year, I just watched their video, and it's hilarious. But they did 24 movies, or an attempt to do 24 movies, and then stitch during them. So I believe they figured out they actually stitched more than 24 hours. I decided that I was really itching to start something new. I haven't started something new in quite a while. I've just been working on whips for quite some time. So I decided that I was going to start something new, and I pulled out Hands-On Design. This is a year of celebration. And since there are 12 months in a year, and there are 12, unless you're there's 2 substitutions for the Canadian population for November and July. But either way, I was doing the 12 American traditional charts. So I decided I was either going to do an hour per chart and then go back to the beginning and do an hour each chart again, or I was going to do 2 hours per chart. Well, as soon as I started stitching on January, I knew it was going to be 2 hours per chart. Because these are so fun to stitch. And if you're a newer stitcher, I would absolutely recommend these from Hands-On Design. Her charts are super easy to read. There are a lot of flosses with this one, but I used all DMC, and I didn't have any issue. I mean, you could easily substitute colors if you don't have them. She does call for hand-dyed floss originally, anywhere like Weeks, Classic Colorworks, Gentle Arts, but she lists all of the DMC colors right next to it. So it was really easy for me just to pull those and do them. So that's how far I got in January. And then the next 2 hours were February. And then we had March. And I apologize, I just cut these squares and I didn't serge them or anything. And I did realize, once I watched the video back, that it may look backwards to me as I'm recording. It's not backwards to you. Felt like a ding-dong. Here's April. I think this is the only one that I didn't get any letters done on, because that cloud is a lot of work, but it was a lot of fun to stitch. For some reason, May, I decided to start in the bottom left corner, or bottom right, instead of top left like I normally would. And then we have June. And here's July. I like July a lot. I really like the colors in it. We have August. And I actually originally considered switching August and September since my kids go back to school in August. I thought, oh, the books and the school stuff in September would be cute in August. I didn't have enough brain power going this weekend to try and figure it out. So there's September. I had to get that little worm done coming out of that apple. It's so cute. And then October, I didn't get any letters in either because this tree is a beast. 2 hours I worked on that tree. But I can't wait to see it done because it's going to be amazing. And here's November. Kind of running out of steam on that one. I don't know what happened. And December. So I did not do 24 hours straight. I started Friday and I did, let me see. I do use, Jen Lee also has a calendar. It's the 24 hours of cross stitch calendar. And there's a lot of other floss tubers that use it. Let's see, Kia B, Erin, Two Martini Stitcher, I think Annie Joyfield Stitcher does too. I can't remember. I know there's a lot of people that use it though. You can get it out of her Etsy shop. It's Quirks and Stitches on Etsy. And this is the only thing in her shop as far as I know. It's the calendar. I love it though. Because I can track. I generally don't count stitches unless I'm working on a full coverage piece, because Pattern Keeper makes it really easy to track stitches. But so I just fill out what I worked on that day and how long I worked on it. So I'll keep track of the time that I stitch, but generally not the stitches unless it's full coverage. And that pattern is in Pattern Keeper. So yeah, Friday I did January, February, and March. Saturday, so my husband and I had some beverages on Friday night. One beverage too many. I woke up really late on Saturday. And I got April, May, June, and July done on Saturday. So Sunday, I did the rest. August, September, October, and November. And I actually wanted to work on it again, but because I stitch in hand on those, my fingers that I hold the fabric with, because I'll hold it like this with one finger on top and one on the bottom and then stitch. My index finger was cramping and I thought, well, maybe I better not work on something that I need to hold in hand. So on Monday, I got a wild hair to pull out my full coverage. So this is mini Citrine. Let me show you this I have in Pattern Keeper. Love Pattern Keeper. I have it on my Kindle. But this is the full picture from Heaven and Earth Designs. And this is the mini chart. So this is not a gigantic full coverage. It is full coverage, but this is as wide as it is. And then it's just a little bit longer than what I could use a longer Q-snap on the sides, but then it's kind of unwieldy to hold. But this was much more comfortable to hold on to. So I ended up doing all this up here, this one color. I just went through and I just started doing that one color for the second page over here. And I'm going to do that color until it's done on that page and then move on to a different color. So I went to town on this on Monday. I did 754 stitches. A lot of stitches. I was just in the zone though. I really felt like working on full coverage, and I thought I would put this down for a couple of months after I did my 200 stitches per day that I talked about last time. But no, I just kind of wanted to pick this one back up again. And this needle minder right here, I actually made that. So I have the tablet on a tote right now, so I can't get any closer. It says Adventure Awaits, but it was a charm that I had found at Hobby Lobby. And I had gotten some magnets off of, some of the really strong magnets. And I just took the back of it, used some Gorilla Glue, and glued it on there. So I had a needle minder. I do have needle minders from other companies and different ones. I only use them on my projects with Q-snaps though, or, you know, after I'm working on it, because the needle minder does make the fabric kind of heavy when you stitch in hand. So, but I just saw that and I was like, I kind of want to make a couple for myself. They can get expensive if you start buying a whole bunch of needle minders, and I'd rather spend my money on charts and floss and fabric. So then, yesterday, I realized that with Mania coming up, I have 2 sales that I'm doing, and I did not work them in to Mania. So I figure one day if I have a smaller project and I manage to get that done that day, I will pull out one of my stitch alongs and work on that. So I knew that I really, really, really needed to get April done for the Linen and Threads 2020 Mystery Sampler. I haven't gotten it done yet, but I'm getting there. So let me show you this darker red. This is the motif for right now. And this thing is a beast. I don't know. There. It's a lot of stitches. It is a lot of stitches. So I worked on it a ton yesterday. And last time you guys saw it, I only had the pot, and then I think I had the 4 branches and then this long line in the middle. So I got quite a bit done yesterday, and I plan on working on it again today. I did slow down a little bit last night because my husband and I found, we didn't even know we had the Paramount channel on Dish, and they had Beverly Hills Cop and Beverly Hills Cop 2 on last night. So we had a few beers and watched those. I love those movies. Eddie Murphy cracks me up. But so tonight we're going to see if we can find some other older 80s movies that we loved to watch. So far, that's, since the last video, that's all my whips. I did receive in the mail, I had won this on Instagram as a giveaway, and this is a cross-stitch journal. You can actually buy this on Amazon, but it's Jody Smith, and that's what it looks like on the inside. It has a place if you want to take a picture of your project when it's done, you can put that there. But it's got your basics, you know, the pattern, the designer, your dates, the floss you use, the fabric you use. So I'm excited. I was thinking about possibly using this one for Jolly July, because I do have, there they are. I do have the Fat Quarter Shop cross-stitch journals, and I received my 3rd one today because I have 2 that are full, and every chart that I get, I write down in here. And then that way when I do it, I go to whichever book it's in, fill it out. I want to be someone who buys charts with the intention of stitching them and going back and looking and saying, oh, I have this, I should stitch it. I don't want to end up with a whole bunch of charts that I love that I don't stitch because I just keep buying more and more charts. So I know it's a lot, but there are also from Just Cross Stitch magazines, the older editions, I have those PDF. So some of those charts are in here too. The ones that I really, really love. So I guess Mania plans. Yay! So I have, this is also from Jody Smith. It's the Stitch Mania 2020 book. You can get this one on Amazon. It is the exact same setup as far as having a place for a picture. And honestly, I won't take a picture and put that in here. Which is kind of why I like the Fat Quarter Shop ones a little bit more, because even though I don't track time like Kimberly does, I use more of the space on the page than I will in this one. So I actually went through and decided what day I was going to start what thing, because I knew I would probably end up starting all the small stuff first, and then I would have all the big stuff for last. So we're just gonna go through this in order. And all of these bags, except for one, I made, because I have a ton of fabric, and I really wanted to, all I had to do was order zippers. I really wanted to get a lot of it used up, but I want to have bags for everything. So the very first one that's coming out is a cute little bird bag to go with. Oh, and I bent my page I printed too. This is Feels Like Home from Fat Quarter Shop. It's going to be a mystery one. And they are going to release this each Friday of May. So I do have other projects on other Fridays. But if they're smaller ones and I get it done, then I'll go back and work on this for that Friday. So at least the very first day of Mania, I will be starting this with everybody else. And I am using DMC. And this is not going to go back in the bag. And I'm doing it on just a piece of 28 count white Monaco. So I have that all cut and ready to go. And these bags, I put a tag on. So, I mean, I know what's inside because it has little birds. And the little birds are on the chart. So, but I just put a little tag on it for Fat Quarter Shop Mania. So this is a bag that I actually received from someone off Etsy when they were doing the Get Your Stitchy Wishes Granted. And she does not sell them, but I had mentioned that I wish I had time to make bags for my cross stitch. And she's like, hey, I have one I can send you. Well, she sent me two. And the other one is holding my my Nora Corbett Fairy Autumn Glow stuff in it. So, May 2nd will be Spring Awakening by Little Dub Designs. I love this one. And I'm doing this on Ada, and it's 14 count platinum Ada. I had just stuck it in the bag because I wanted to keep everything fairly organized. And I did go through and figure out where I was going to start on each chart. And then I wrote down so that I'm not kitting each one up with all the floss for that project because I'm going to need those colors for other projects. So I went through and looked at the chart and said, okay, I'm going to start on the border on this one. So I just grabbed like the 3 colors that are on the border, and that's what I will start with. And then if I get the border done that day and I'm really having a good stitchy day, I'll grab the next color out of my big bobbinated box and move on to that one. So May 3rd, Be Calm. This is actually, it kind of looked like Honeycomb, so that's why I use this fabric. But this one was a free chart. I'm just going to kind of do that real quick. It is a free chart from NotForgottenFarm, and you can find that on Facebook. I believe her website has the actual chart and the DMC colors, but for sure, if you go to NotForgottenFarm on Instagram, you will find this posted a couple of weeks back. I'm really excited about this one. And that one I'm just stitching on 28 count tea-dyed Monaco. And next, okay, so some of these don't have bags yet because I'm waiting on zippers. The zippers should be here tomorrow. So my plan, no, the zippers should be here on Friday. I keep forgetting today's Wednesday. Not being at work, and this is killing me. So anyway, I need to get the fabric cut so that I can make bags for the ones that don't have bags. So this is a little Britters from Brittercup Designs, and it's called Boo. And it's tiny. It's like 50 by 50. 52 by 52. So it's a small chart. This is one of those that is not, that I could probably finish in a day. So this one, 28 count tea-dyed Monaco. I have the fabric in here. I know what color I'm starting with, but I don't have a bag for it yet. So, poor little guy. He needs a bag, and I don't have any Halloween fabric. The next one, I love this one. Thank you, Flosstube, for enabling me. This little nesting dolls bag. And it holds Bookhouse from Stone Street Stitchworks. And you can get this on Etsy, in their Etsy shop. It says, I lived in books more than I lived anywhere else. I just love it. It's perfect. So I'm doing this with DMC and 28 count tea-dyed Monaco. In this, the tea-dyed Monaco, I didn't dye any of this myself. It's the stuff you can get on Fat Quarter Shop that says tea-dyed Monaco because it's the darker color. I'm really excited about that. So that's May 5th. May 6th will be Sppoky. And, oh my gosh. There we go. Okay. Make sure I have that the right way. So this is Sppoky by Bling Designs. And it's funny because I just happened across this fabric on 123 Stitch. And it is, Picture This Plus. I've never had a hand-dyed fabric before. This is the first one. So it's Picture This Plus. It's 16 count J Ada. And I think it's going to be perfect. It's a little washed out from the lovely overhead light and window being open. But it's more of a, like, dusty blue color instead of bright. So I think it's going to look really fun with Sppoky. And I did get Classic Colorworks Ember for it because that's the main color in it, and I'll use DMC for everything else. So this is going to be super fun, and it should be a really quick stitch. Letters usually go really fast. So hopefully I'll have this one done for Halloween. That's my goal anyway. So then we come to May 7th, and this one is a bangin'. This is, and this one's just in an Amazon bag. It's been living in there for a while. So this is Country Cottage Needleworks Welcome to the Forest. This is the banner, but I have all of the charts. They are all in here. They are all with the fabric. All of the charts for Welcome to the Forest. I am using the called for colors on 28 count tea-dyed Monaco. I ordered the hand-dyed flosses from Etsy, and I cannot remember the seller that I got them from, but they are all Classic Colorworks. That's so bright. That's Snowball. I'm excited, and these are actually the first hand-dyed flosses I have ever bought, and I haven't used any hand-dyed flosses yet because they're all in my Mania projects. So this one's a big one. I'm actually going to start with the border, which is a PDF on Country Cottage Needleworks website. So that way I'm going to make it all one piece. So the banner is just one part of, I just have it on the outside because it's technically the first chart. But I'll work on the banner first, and the banner is just a PDF from their website. So that is going to be a big one. That one is, fingers crossed, it's on my Mania for next year. The next one is from Lizzie Kate, and it is Summer Smalls. Sneak this out of here so you can see this bag. So this one's got a vinyl front. Hopefully you don't take a screenshot of that and look too closely at the binding because it's awful. And I wasn't very good at binding anyway, like on my quilts, but the binding on this bag is terrible. So I am only doing for Mania just the summer. The other ones I'll probably do later, but for now I'm just doing summer. I think it's super cute. I'm using DMC for that one. That should be a really quick stitch too. So that hopefully will be one of those days where I can catch up on some of my other projects. Oh, let's see. May 9th. This is from Cherry Hill Stitchery. You can find some of these on Etsy, but if you can't find it, shoot her a message on Etsy, because there was one of the 4 seasons that I couldn't find, and she was able to get it for me. So this one is Welcome to Spring. I think this is super cute. This one I got at my local Needleworks shop, and it was in the clearance section. It was in the clearance bins. I couldn't believe it. I got this one and one other one in the clearance section. So then, of course, I was like, oh, I need the other 2 charts, and they didn't have it. So I found her on Etsy, and she also has a Flosstube. And she said she's got some cool stuff that she just, I think yesterday is when she had posted that Flosstube. So I gotta go watch that today and see what she has up on there. But, so that one's Welcome to Spring. And Welcome to Spring is on 28 count white Monaco. And it lives in this cute little, let me move this stuff over. The back of the bag has mushrooms on it. And the rest of it's just green. So that one, probably not a super fast stitch, but it's got a lot of letters. Oof. Okay, May 10th. May 10th is the big one. May 10th. Probably not be done by Christmas, but I have seen in Little House Needleworks Facebook group that some people had finished this already. This was a market release. This was like a secret release. No one knew about it until the first day of market. So this is Kringles. And I am using some hand-dyed floss and some DMC. I got Campfire. Let's see, what are the colors I got? I am doing Petite Treasure Braid instead of the sparkly gold that they recommended on this chart. So I'm doing Classic Colorworks Eggshell, Campfire, and Black Coffee. And then the rest I'm using DMC for. So I'm using 28 count Whisper Lugana. But I'm so excited about this. I feel like this is one of those pieces that will live on in your family for generations. Like someone will be like, oh yeah, grandma stitched that when she was, 40. So this is just, it's one of those that I feel like this is one of those charts that's going to get passed down. So I'm very excited to start it. I do not have a Christmassy bag, but I have a cute bag. So there's Kringles. And then now we run into a couple that don't have bags again. So this is Thankful String from Lizzie Kate. And I really like these. I think they're super fun. I'm going to use DMC for these, and I will eventually make a bag. But these are on, oh my goodness. Hold on, I have some back here somewhere. 28 count Mushroom Lugana is what I'm doing the strings on. I had a big piece of it. So I have 5 strings that I'm going to do for Mania. So Thankful String is going to be on May 11th. And then, I don't know how this happened, but Buzzy String is going to be on May 12th. And I love this. I think it's so cute. This is one I hope I finish right away. And then I can get it up on the wall for this spring. So then, we have, once again, Lizzie Kate. And this one's in another little mushroom bag. And again, don't look closely at the binding on that one. It's not fantastic. So this one is Spring Smalls, and I'm just going to do spring. I will eventually probably do this one and this one. I'm not a fan of that one. Unless I do my own colors for it instead of doing it in a monochromatic. I'll just maybe create my own color. Because I like the bees. The bees in the little hive. So I may just use some of the colors from the rest of them and do that. What I want to do with these eventually is have spring and then have 3 little hooks where I put the other smalls hanging below it. Because all of the seasonal smalls charts have 3 little pieces to go with the season. So that's my plan. And then I'll probably just stitch those. I mean, who knows? I could whip out spring really fast and be like, yeah, maybe we'll start on one of these little ones. Although I'm basically out of fabric. I've used pretty much all my fabric for Mania. So next is another fairly plain bag. This is Seasons in Chalk Art Summer. And this is from Just Cross Stitch Magazine, the June 2016 issue. Priscilla and Kathy Haberman at Hands On Design. And that is what the stitched piece looked like. And that is the chalk drawing that Priscilla did. So I am using Classic Colorworks, and I changed up the colors a little bit from what it called for. I'm going to be using Classic Colorworks Bean Sprout, Golden Star, Ladybug, Plymouth Rock, and Weeks Dyeworks Whitewash, because my LNS was out of Classic Colorworks chalk. So, and I'm going to do this on 14 count black Aida. So here, I really should have these a little more organized in there. But, so these are the colors that I'm going to be using. And they're looking a little brighter on here just because of the light in here. They're a skosh more subdued. So I'm very excited about that. I think it's going to work well. I eventually want to do all 4 of these. I have all of the digital Just Cross Stitch magazines. So I have all of the other seasons. I really like it. I just really like those ones a lot. So, all right, who's next? Oh, this is a cute little one. So May 15th is going to be from the Trilogy. It's called Love Tree. I don't know. It doesn't really want to, you know. I'm pretty sure phones focus better than tablets, but we'll see. Anyway, so that one's going to be on a piece of 28 count tea-dyed Monaco, and fairly certain, yeah, I'm using DMC for those. So that one needs a bag too. Next up, we have another Lizzie Kate Spring String. There's another one that I want to get done. Since, you know, it's spring. So this one, same, using DMC for that, and 28 count Mushroom Lugana. And for my next start on May 17th, we have another Little Dove Designs season. And that's Autumn Glows. And this one's so cute with the little squirrels and the owl. I just love it. It's so much fun. And this one, I'm going to use 14 count light oatmeal Aida. And it's got kind of some flecks of like natural little, I don't know, I think it'll look really neat. I'm using DMC for this one. And it's living in this wonderful little giraffe bag. See, my bags really don't go with my projects. I don't have that much fabric. But I used to make a lot of baby items. So a lot of the fabric I have was for baby quilts or baby accessories or burp claws or whatever. So my bags are going to be a lot of baby fabric. So the next day is May 18th. Another Trilogy. And this one's Cheer. And I actually have a bunch of little white buttons. So I'm probably going to just find my own buttons for that. It's really cute. And again, 28 count tea-dyed Monaco. I'm sure you're noticing a trend that most of my projects are on 28 count tea-dyed Monaco. Next we have Summer Blooms from Little Dove. I love this bag. So I had a fat quarter bundle of this fabric, and I didn't ever know what to, it wasn't, I think there were 6 fat quarters in it, so it's not enough to make a blanket, or I couldn't really figure out what to make with it. I love this bag. And my sewing skills had vastly improved on the binding by this bag, so I'm very excited. And this one's vinyl, but I just, all my bags could be out of this fabric. And of course, it's probably very, very discontinued because I got it a long time ago. So this one is, ooh, hello, glare. This one is Summer Blooms, Little Dove Designs. I love it. It's just very cute. So, and I'm using antique, 14 count natural Aida. So, there's that one for the 19th. And then May 20th, we are doing another Cherry Hill Stitchery. And this one is in another of the little nesting dolls. Welcome to Summer. Now this is one that I have PDF from her. So if you don't see this one in her Etsy shop, you could always message her and see if she still has this available or not. And so this one, because I haven't decided yet, because it's a little bit longer than the other ones, I may take out the water that's underneath the flip-flops right there. I want to keep the flip-flops. I think they're really cute. And I am using DMC for this, even though I like the way the hand-dyed floss looks on the letters. Who knows, maybe by this point I'll realize I'm going to have some extra of a floss that'll work for that. But, so I think I'm going to take the water out on that one. This one is on 28 count antique white Monaco. So I still need to, I got 2 days. I need to get my flosses around the colors I'm going to start with and get them put in these bags. All right, let's see. So that was Welcome to Summer. Now we have another Trilogy. This one is Lucky Tree. I mean, how can you go wrong? It's adorable and it's tiny. It's 49 by 57. So this is another one of those that I should be able to get done in a day. And then hopefully have some time left. 28 count. Tea-dyed Monaco. You guessed it. But hopefully I'll have some time left to work on other stuff. The rain and the humidity is making my bangs start to... So let's see. Now we have another Lizzie Kate. It is Spooky String. I mean, you can't go wrong with Halloween, honestly. I like the cuter Halloween stuff. So that one will be 28 count Mushroom Lugana. And that was May 22nd. May 23rd, Little Dove Designs. This one I actually got for Christmas this last year from my mother-in-law because it was on my 1, 2, 3 stitch wish list. And this is Winter Warmth. And I'm so excited to stitch this one. This is the first one that I saw that I was like, I gotta stitch these. So this one is going to be on 14 count light seafoam green Aida. I just think something like this, I mean, it was obviously stitched on Aida originally. I don't know if it's going to focus in on that or not. But if you look at the chart really closely, it's obviously stitched on Aida. And I feel like that's what's going to look best for it. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because that they used Aida. But, oh, how cute is that? Very springy bag. And yeah, somebody had asked me if I sell bags. I was like, not right now, but maybe eventually, especially if we're going to stay at home even longer. I might as well do something with my time. So, after Winter Warmth, we have Kitty String. And this one I'll probably put up somewhere near the cat lessons for people that I finished, but have not FFO'd. So, and then here's that 28 count Mushroom Lugana. I have not cut this yet for those strings. I will. I just hadn't done it yet. Mainly because I didn't have bags for these ones. So I didn't want to cut the fabric and then possibly lose a piece. Next up for, let's see, the 25th, we have Halloween Tree Spooky from the Trilogy. Another super quick stitch. 49 by 57. Another 28 count. Tea-dyed Monaco. So I'll have actually 3 in a row that are quick stitches. Because then on the 26th, we have doggy string. Although because it's raining today, this is one of those days where my husband kind of wants to strangle our dogs. He did take them for a walk in the rain. It's actually raining a little bit harder now. But it's 43 degrees and it's raining. It's nasty outside. So, you know, the dogs go outside and then they run and there's mud and they're just disgusting. But we don't want to give them a bath today because it's going to rain again tomorrow. So, I don't know. And here's my other piece of mushroom Lugana that I have. So at least I know where my pieces are. I just need to cut them. Let's see. After doggy string, we come to May 27th. And this one, so this was the very first bag I made. And I don't even know, I don't remember buying this fabric, but I obviously did because it's in my stash. I just think it's kind of cute. And the back is just the dots. But, so this one is Lizzie Kate, and it's the autumn smalls. So again, just doing autumn. And then I'll do those other 3 at some point. I'll probably just create something myself as far as, you know, magnets and doing little hooks. And probably making these like little hanging, I don't know if I want to make them hanging pillows. But maybe I'll make them like a hanging flat with just a fabric behind it. And then put like the little screw hooks in. We'll see. I mean, I gotta finish all the pieces before I can make the thing. Or I'll have my husband make the thing. Give him the dimensions and he can make the thing. So after Autumn Small, we come to May 28th. And we're almost at the end now. And we have Cherry Hill Stitchery. This is Welcome to Winter. And this was the other one that I got at my LNS in the clearance section. I couldn't believe it. They were like half off and then another 25% off. So DMC for that one. Yeah, I DMC for all those other ones so far. 28 count mushroom Lugana. I had to look. Another Amazon bag with the little mesh front. I really do like these. These work really well in those cube bins. I just stack them like this, and then I can see exactly what I have in it. But handmade bags are more fun, you know? So then, the 29th, we're almost at the end. We have the Drawn Thread, Almost Halloween. Again, one of the cutesy Halloween ones. But I really, really like it. I got, well, let me look. I have it written here. So I did do the Threadworks Spanish Olives and Pottery hand-dyed that it calls for, and then DMC for the rest. However, I ordered April 12th, maybe? I got an email saying that it was going to ship for 123 Stitch on the 25th. I just checked it again yesterday, and now it says May 2nd. So, really, as long as I have it by the 29th, I'll be good to go. If not, I'll just start with the DMC where I can, and then wait until I get the hand-dyed Threadworks to do those parts. And I have like 3 or 4 of these. I had 2 yards of this Nesting Dolls fabric. So, you may see a couple more bags made out of them. Who knows? And then another bagless project. We have Winter Smalls. That's so cute. So cute. 28 count. Tea-dyed Monaco. DMC. Love those sheep though. It's a little stack of sheep. Just love them. They're so very cute. And then for the very last day of Mania, it is the last Cherry Hill Stitchery in a little trash panda bag. And this is Welcome to Autumn. Oops, sorry, I got the chart in there too. So this one I'm pretty sure she still has in her Etsy shop. Using DMC for it, I really think that these ones are going to work up super fast. And I don't know how I'm going to finish them yet. Probably not pillows. I don't think I'm a pillow person at this point. But anyway, so that is Mania. And I use this to be able to tell you all the info. So all of that is in my Stitch Mania book, but I'm also keeping track of it on my May calendar. So this will be really nice because if I get it done, then I'm going to work on another project that day. Because I'm assuming, honestly, I'm not going back to work in May. My husband and I work in a casino. A casino is probably one of the germiest, nastiest places aside from a hospital. You don't want people to gather in a casino. So I have a feeling that the both of us are not going to be working through May. I'll probably have a lot of stitching time. And when the weather's nice, I'll be outside with my kids too, but eventually they have to come inside to eat or reapply sunscreen, or maybe it's just going to rain all May. I don't know. But so anyway, that is all I have for whips and plans, Mania plans. There it is again. This is terrible. The longer I talk, the more my bangs are gonna, pretty soon I might fly away. But I do have a little bit of haul because I got my Fat Quarter Shop ordered today. So I got another nice blank cross-stitch journal, and I got some fabric. So I noticed that I have a lot of prints, but not a lot of background fabrics that are good, on the backs of bags and stuff like that. So I did get some, I want to say these are mini dots. Oh, Swiss dots. Riley Blake Swiss dots. So those should match quite a few of the fabrics. I have a lot of Riley Blake fabrics and Robert Kaufman. And then these, I'm pretty excited about these. These will be bags. These are, it's called Amore, and it's Maywood Studios, but you can find these on Fat Quarter Shop. So this is one of the background fabrics, but here's one of the main ones that I'll use for the inside of vinyl bags. And then I love purple, even though I look like Christmas threw up today. And then the gray. So that is haul. Not a lot, but I have fabric to make bags. I should be getting zippers on Friday. So I need to get all that fabric cut. Because I don't want to be sewing through Mania. I want to be stitching through Mania. I think that's it. I just wanted to say a huge thank you to the people who commented and watched my video and liked it. And I don't know why I didn't say this at first like everyone else does. But I'm so grateful. And the fact that I had Erin 2 Martini Stitcher give me a shout out was amazing. I love watching her, and then to hear my name come out of her mouth, it was kind of, oh. So, I really appreciate it. I do. And I hope you guys like this video. I know this one's definitely longer than the other one. Hopefully you stayed all this way to hear me say thank you for everything. Thank you for the comments. I did have someone ask if I was going to ever show knitting on here. It's a possibility, if I get my knitting bug back, that I may do maybe some knitting videos, but it won't be at the same time as Flosstube. I'll make them 2 separate videos, because it's like quilting. I'm sure there are people that love to see the quilting stuff, and there are people that they just want to see the cross-stitch stuff. So if I do anything more, it'll definitely be a separate video, and it will not be labeled Flosstube. That way you can see it, and you'll know exactly what it is, and you can say, oh, I don't feel like watching this. Or maybe you will want to watch it, and you'll get some ideas. So I do have a lot of knitting things that I could talk about. Just need to get that knitting mojo back. So that is it for this week. and a piece of fabric. I don't know where it goes. Oh, I'll find it. Ooh, or it's a spare. I don't know. I'll find it. I gotta go through all this stuff again before May 1st anyway and make sure I have everything that I need everywhere. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask below. You can shoot me a message. I'll do much better on the description box this time. Last time I was worried that my video was not going to upload because it finally, after hours, got to the processing point and then it would say abandoned. I didn't abandon my video. So this time should be better and I will get more stuff down in the description box. So I hope you guys have a great week. I can't wait to see everyone's Mania starts. I am not doing a video a day. I will just do my regular update video because I'll be busy stitching all the things probably. So I hope everyone has a great week. See you next week. Bye.